What's up, guys? I'm your host, Cody Brockway. You are back here for another segment of Brockway's Vinyl Bites. Woohoo! And look who we got here. The wonderful Tara O'Reilly is back, and we have some news.
We're engaged.
Show them. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Real sparkly. Yes, we are engaged. We are now officially fiancés with one another. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Now, what we have done since we got engaged just yesterday, at the time of filming this, what we have done is we have compiled 5 albums each that have been very important to us during the so far duration of our relationship. And now that we're sort of looking at taking this thing to the next level, we wanted to just kind of give you guys an update and it was a fun thing to go through the. This is the promise ring she gave me days before I proposed to her. But
it's on the wrong hand.
Yeah, because it doesn't fit on this hand.
So give me that hand. Now I've got one that does fit that hand.
What? Oh my god. Dualies.
Yeah, okay. Use 2 rings and I won.
Oh my god.
Not fair, is it?
Well, we'll be changing that soon, don't you worry. Oh my god. Okay, none of this was planned. Only thing we planned was the picks. So what we've picked here today are albums that have been... Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you too.
What we picked here today are albums that have been very important to us throughout the creation and formation and duration, all the Asians, of our relationship thus far.
Yeah.
And we've picked 5 albums each. I'm going to let Tara start because she's the queen and I love her.
Okay, well, I guess... I'm going to start with the start.
I didn't go in chronological order for mine. I'm just pulling them
I did. It's just how my brain did it. So me and Cody first met on the Prog Corner on one of the Sunday live streams, and it was my first time ever being on the Prog Corner. Scott was planning on doing a stream on Van der Graaf Generator, and I was like, you have to have me on for that. Like, you have to, because I'm a huge fan. So he did, and that's when me and Cody first met. So
we owe it all to Scott Lade, really, we do. We love you. If you haven't subscribed to the Prog Corner, you definitely should.
Mm-hmm. So I pulled out Pawn Hearts, because I remember, I was talking about Pawn Hearts and the Plague of Lighthouse Keepers, and I love it, it's fantastic. And then Cody comes on and goes, I heard it and I thought it was disgusting. It was just awful. I couldn't do it. I thought it was hilarious and adorable, because he was just so, like, he just didn't understand it, I suppose. But now he does, and he loves it.
Yeah. I kind of went back after that and kind of went back and listened to them properly, and it's like, oh, okay, I actually get what's going on here. It makes sense now.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the first time we met, was on the Prog Corner to talk about Van der Graaf Generator.
What a great way to meet. Something definitely clicked when I was listening to another one of their albums, and I went, oh my god, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. And
it just had one of those moments, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden now I like pretty much everything I've heard from them. I don't know all their stuff, but got that big box set and everything. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to do something that is very important around the first couple of days that we actually met. We pretty much made it official as soon as you landed in Canada. But even before that, we went out on a date. We went to the Boston Pizza up in Hamilton there. And they have one of those Touch Tunes jukeboxes. And so, us being us, we went in and we queued up an entire album. Now, of course, it's a concept album, a big, long prog metal concept album. And of course, with our luck, it didn't play in order. It just picked the random tracks. It played the whole album, but it played the tracks not in the way they're supposed to be. And when you find out what album that is, you realize that that's actually a travesty for that to happen. It was this album right here. I don't talk about this one enough on my channel. But this album is absolutely synonymous with our relationship, and with that night, the first week we met, we went out for dinner and go and queue up this entire record, and the people at the bar had no idea that it was us, because we just did it anonymously from our cell phones, and we heard the waitress talking, and she goes, "Oh, this reminds me of like Guitar Hero."
Yeah.
I guess I could kind of see that. Dream Theater, Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory, and it's an album that the both of us still play. I play to death all the time. But we'll never get sick of it. We both love it.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's my choice.
All right. Well, my next choice, again, comes after the Van der Graaf generator thing when we first met, and we hadn't really started talking or anything. Scott Lade, of course, does another live stream. We weren't actually on the live stream. We were in the comments where he was ranking every Yes song. So I pulled out Close to the Edge, and in the chat of that live stream we were flirting with each other, like.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Scott knows that was actually the catalyst to this.
Yeah, so we're watching Scott ranking all the songs and having a really hard time, but we were just flirting with each other the whole thing. And it was really sweet, like you were saying really sweet stuff to me, like, you know, I'd love to dance with a yes to you.
I'd love to dance with you to a yes song.
With you to a yes song, yeah. Which will probably happen. Which has probably happened already.
No, we don't dance a whole lot.
We do a little bit when we hug and we kind of sway with each other, but yeah, I'm sure it'll happen. But yeah, so yeah, I picked a Yes album because that was like the next step, and it was after that we started texting each other, and things moved quite quickly.
Once again, thank you, Scott Lade.
Yeah.
All right. Am I gonna go in order? Yeah, you know what? I guess I am. So we're gonna go real metal side here for the next couple of releases, but we both love heavy metal. And this one's not prog metal, it's just a great metal album from the 90s. But basically, I had tickets to go see this band before she came. And it was a whole van full of us. It was me, a couple of buddies of mine, my dad, we were all going. But we couldn't get a ticket for her, at least at this point. And so she was going to man the store for us while we went. And I was like, no, it's okay. Well, I'll get someone else to work for you. And so I went home, and I was able to secure a ticket to this concert for her, but I didn't tell her about it until we were on the way to the show. So I pick her up from the store, and like, yeah, someone else will come and fill in for you. That's fine. And we get in the vehicle, and I said, so what are you gonna do tonight? And she goes, oh, I think I'll just go and read and go to sleep. And I was like, oh, okay. And then eventually it came out that we handed her a shirt and everything. We're like, yeah, you're going to a Slipknot concert with us tonight. And she's like, what? And yeah, we're all like, yeah, you are, surprised. And she was kind of like speechless. And they went and played this entire album, top to bottom, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
She had seen Slipknot before.
10 years before I had seen Slipknot for about 5 minutes, and then I turned around and there was someone dressed as the clown right behind me, and I just fainted and missed the concert. So I got to redeem myself.
Yeah, she got to see them properly now on the 25th anniversary of the first album. Great memory. What do you got next for us, sweetie?
So I flew over here in July. Well, Cody flew me out because we really wanted to meet, and we were chilling out. I'd met his parents, and his dad came to hang out with us. And Cody says to me, what would you like to listen to? You know, you're the guest, so you can choose. And I said, do you know what? I kind of feel like listening to Birds of Fire by Mahavishnu Orchestra. So
I was just totally like...
And yeah, we put it on, and you know, you just have a great time when you listen to Mahavishnu anyway.
Oh yeah.
So the three of us were just like, oh, class, the whole way through. This is fantastic, and I think it's solidified that we can sit down and enjoy our music together.
Yep.
Whenever we want, because if you're into something as extreme as the Mahavishnu Orchestra, then you're very lucky to find someone else that likes it.
Yeah, not to mention I already owned the album,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, absolutely. So I was like, yeah, throw that on there, and yeah.
Awesome. All right, yeah, we're gonna go more. For me, we're gonna go more classic rock here. Not very prog. Well, proggy a little bit. Obviously, this band was a massive influence on all the metal bands I love. Metallica, for obvious reasons. Megadeth. Pretty much every band that had two guitar players or more in existence after them. It's Thin Lizzy, and the fact that she's Irish. I kind of busted out my Thin Lizzy albums and started playing them a lot when she came here because You know, it's great music, and it kind of reminds her of home. Like, we were driving along on the weekend of the fair, of the town fair, and we actually heard them playing Jailbreak really loud. And I said to her, I said, how does it feel to be on the other side of the world and hearing the biggest band from Ireland, excluding U2, the biggest band from Ireland being played like in regular areas and like very popular over here on the radios and everything.
And it was just surreal. Like, it's crazy because Irish talent doesn't usually get recognised very far, like, across the world. So literally being on the other side of the world and hearing it was just like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, so we played this album a lot too. We really did, and it's just amazing. So Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak, Phil Lynott and the People, great band, love them.
Yeah, and my next one is Genesis, because both of us, our favourite Genesis album is Selling England by the Pound, so I picked this one out, and we went on a lovely date in January. It was one of my Christmas presents that Cody surprised me with. He brought me up to Toronto to see the Musical Box doing Genesis live in full, and it was just incredible. Probably one of the nicest dates I've ever been on. A dream date, like getting to go and see a Genesis tribute band with my boyfriend, now fiance.
Now fiance, right? Show. Yeah, there we go.
Look at it sparkling. But yeah, so
you deserve it. You totally 1000% deserve it. You know, I'm all the luckier to be able to say that I got to do that for you.
Well, I feel like the luckiest girl in the world, actually, getting to be with you. So.
Well, then the feeling is well reciprocated with me. All right, Genesis, Selling England by the Pound. You guys know Genesis is my favorite band of all time, and so the fact that you even like Genesis at all is like just unreal to me. Just wow, best relationship I've ever been in, and I love you so much.
I love you too.
I've never been with someone who had like as amazing music taste as you do. Like, I didn't have to do any conversions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh. So this next one is a new album that came out in November. A very important one for us, because it really seems to signify a lot of important events in our relationship, like this album coming out and us listening to this so many times. This is Opeth, by the way, and their new album, The Last Will and Testament, came out in November. And, just the whole everything that the band was doing to promote it, we were there for all of it. We saw them live. We were there when the singles were coming out. I was playing them on my radio show, and we were enjoying them so much. And we listened to this 10,000 times, at least. It's a surprise the vinyl still plays. But, it just, It's Opeth, and we're both massive fans. Last Will and Testament, very important album to us, and one that never really got a break for a couple weeks when it came out.
Yeah. And my last pick is funny that I pulled this out after Genesis. So, by Peter Gabriel. And the reason I pulled this one out is because Cody's stepdad, Al, shout out Al, has a Camaro. And we took it out for a spin one day. And we put on the CD into the radio. And we were driving along. Do you know when you have those moments with someone where you just, you get butterflies in your stomach and you can feel your heart, floating?
You just feel that connection.
And I was just looking over at him and going, oh my God, this is it. I knew he was the one. And that was just one of those, really surreal, kind of nice moments with him that I'll never forget. So this means a lot to me. And now, and it meant a lot to me before. Obviously, it's one of the albums that's been in my life since I was a very small child. But that moment with you that day was just magical kind of moment.
I was feeling a very similar feeling of strong connection to you too, as well.
Yeah.
When I guess I was holding your hand or whatever, and we were driving up up the street into the sunlight, and,
Yeah,
the song that was playing was In Your Eyes.
It was so, it was like something out of a movie, honestly. It was crazy, but yeah, it was just, the feeling I got was just like pure love.
Well, I'm not John Cusack, but I can tell you that I'm always feeling pure love for you, and that moment was also very, very emotionally connective for me as well, for you.
Yeah.
And I remember it. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, it was fabulous.
We even pulled up to Shoppers, and Big Time was playing, and the windows were all off the car and everything, and it's cranked up, and this guy comes out of the store, and he goes, "Well, that's a great album you're listening to, and a great car."
Yeah.
I sounded newfie there. Great car.
Yeah, great car.
Yeah, I feel the exact same about you. Like, just that strong sense of connection between the two of us.
Yeah.
It was really already cemented before that, but it's continued to get stronger with that moment and so many others. I love you so much.
I love you too.
What's the kiss count at now? Oh, anyway. So, yeah, there's one more. A band that I've always kind of known about, but she was like, no, you gotta take the plunge, because she knows I love progressive music and heavy metal. Those are my two. I love all genres. I dig hip-hop. I dig some pop, all that stuff. But heavy metal and progressive rock, hard rock, that's all my jam. I got that on lock, you know what I mean? And so she's like, you got to get into Mastodon. And I'm like, okay. So I listened to stuff like Crack the Sky, and like, oh, this is all very good. But something happened one night after Christmas, because she gave me this record for Christmas. She's like, you've got to hear Blood Mountain. So I'm like, all right, okay. And immediately I put the record on, and we get met with The Wolf is Loose. And I'm like, I'm in. I am in. And I didn't stop playing this for a long time. And we should go listen to it again now. It's a fantastic album, though. This is more thrash metal. They hadn't really fully leaned into the progressive elements yet, but it's very thrashy, and I'm wearing a Metallica sweater. I like thrash metal, so. But Mastodon, absolutely fantastic, and I credit that to her big time. And I showed you Tesseract too. You liked them a lot. Yeah. And then we got into Gojira and all that.
It's hard to show each other our music because we know pretty much everything already. So there's like little bits and pieces there that we can show each other. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's our little story told through albums, I guess.
Because all of that leading up to this current engagement and this proposal to be married.
Yeah.
One day. We don't have a date set yet or anything like that, but
no.
In a couple years, it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys will know about it when it does. So I'm your host, Cody Brockway from Brockway's Vinyl Bites. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Tara O'Reilly from the wonderful Spin and Prog right here on YouTube. Go subscribe to that if you haven't already as well. And we love you all. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to rock on.